Before Christmas, a company called Terra Hiker got in touch with me and asked if I'd review its cordless tire pump. And here it is. And it's quite an exciting moment because, as any YouTuber will tell you, you really know you've finally made it when tire pump manufacturers start calling. Anyway, I took them up on it because it gives me a chance to have a rant about one of my motoring pet hates. Now, I think it's safe to say that if you're a woman of a certain age, and unless you're Vicky Butler Handsome One, your knowledge of car maintenance probably doesn't stretch much beyond where the petrol goes. And that's fine. Most car stuff, like adding oil or brake fluid, is done by the garage these days. But there is one aspect of car maintenance where men and women are made equally clueless. It's pumping up the tyres, because despite all of the advances in motoring technology, there's one thing that car manufacturers have never quite cracked, which is telling you simply and clearly what pressure you should pump your tyres to. Now, helpfully, car manufacturers usually stick a label somewhere around the driver's door which tells you what pressures to use. But that's where the helpfulness ends. I'd like you to imagine that you're stuck on the side of the road with a slow puncture. The warning light on the dash has just gone off, and you want to get enough air back in the tyre to get you home. It's dark, it's hailing, there's a tornado closing in from about half a mile off to the west, and there's a stampeding herd of wildebeest bearing down on you. So first you go to the back of the car to get the pump, then round to the front door, have a look at the label and see what pressures you need. And oh my God, look at this. You've got to decide whether you've got 205 55 R16 91 tyres or 205 55 R16 94 Vs or 225 40 R18 92 Vs or a whole load of other ones. So for that, first of all, you have to go back to the tyre and peer through the mud to see what have we got. And bearing in mind the wildebeest are bearing down on me all the time here. There we go, outside 205 55 R 91 Ws R16. Back to the label. Oh my God. Oh God, now I've got to do a head count. Are there 3 people in the car and 1 suitcase, or 3 people, 1 suitcase, and for some reason I've got to read the instruction book? Or what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people and 3 suitcases. And then I've got to decide whether I'm going to be filling the tyres in bar or pounds per square inch. It's no better on a Porsche. On top of all of that, it looks like this one wants to know the outside air temperature and what speed you'll be driving at. And the thing is, who in the history of motoring has ever put more air in their tyres just because they're carrying a few extra passengers or another suitcase? Or because it's a little bit colder outside, or they plan on driving a little bit faster into town that morning? It's nobody. And how many people ever change the tyres on their car after they bought it to a different set that need different pressures? Again, hardly anybody. So this label here that you need a degree from MIT to be able to understand is useless. And what they should do is just put a label in there that says front 38, rear 35. Anyway, rant over. The other thing you don't want to be doing when you're trying to pump up your tyres with a tornado bearing down on you is running a power cable from your cigar lighter all the way round to the rear left tyre. So I think this cordless pump here is a fantastic thing. You just set the pressure on the back here, which I've already done. Pop it on the valve. There we go. Switch it on. And Bob's your uncle. And this thing's not just for car tyres. I used to pump up my bike tyres with this good old-fashioned bike pump. Pop it on there. There we go. It's got a tyre pressure gauge on it there. So I'll just pump away until the tyre gets reasonably hard. Oh, God. Oh, where am I at now? Yeah, a little bit more. That feels about right. And the pressure gauge says it's about 30 pounds per square inch. Now, enthused by my newfound interest in tyre pressures, I went and Googled the correct tyre pressure for bicycle tyres this morning and discovered that for a reasonably hefty bloke like me, on a hybrid bicycle, they should actually be at 70 pounds per square inch on the front and 75 on the back, which is more than double what I was doing with this. And actually, if I tried to get to 75 pounds per square inch with this thing, I'd be here till September. So let's see how this works. On it goes. I've already set it to 75. There we go, switch it on. And off we go. Well, I have to say this is a much more civilized way of pumping up a bicycle tyre. So flush with the excitement of sorting out my bike tyres, I thought I'd have a crack at the wheelbarrow, which has been running on a flat tyre for the best part of a year now. It says maximum tyre pressure 30 pounds per square inch. So off we go. And I'm expecting this is going to dramatically improve the handling of my wheelbarrow, not to mention reducing the braking distances. That's better. So there we have it. When I started pumping this morning, my wife's tyres were all 9 to 12 pounds per square inch underinflated, which is quite a lot. Then I used this thing to pump them all up, then my wheelbarrow and my bicycle. And they're still charging the battery. I love it. It comes with 3 adapters, so you can pump up bicycle tyres and footballs. It also came with a power lead you can plug into the cigar lighter just in case it happens to run out of juice when you need it. And it also comes with a USB cable. Now, unfortunately, Terra Hiker got in touch to tell me they're no longer selling these things, which is a shame because I was going to say everyone should drop everything, rush out and buy one. But when I googled cordless tire pump, I found some pretty similar ones on Amazon. In fact, there's one branded OSER, that's OASSER, which looks very much like it's the slightly newer model of this one. It costs £39.99 and I'll put a link in the description below. I don't get a kickback, by the way. Now, if you know anyone who drives a car or a wheelbarrow, you might like to share this with them. Otherwise, till the next time, I've been Arlo Guthrie. Bye-bye.